I know you guys have heard a lot of conspiracy theories in regards to this coronavirus outbreak. One of them is that the Democrats might have released it to make Trump look bad. One of them is somebody said that maybe Trump wants to stay in office. A lot of that's nuts. But I will give you one. I'll give you two. First of all, the other night, Republicans could let this thing go on, and then they could do little things to slow down the recovery effort, slow down the process of making a vaccine, attempt to withhold funding. They could do that. A lot of folks will die, but they could do it. The second thing, and this is just something I heard, when you look at world news and you analyze the whole world, you're able to see parallels between us and other countries. So what they're saying is Germany, European countries, they're not really testing either, and that they really don't have the stocks. They're not really prepared, and so now the government is competing with the population to buy masks, to buy protective equipment. I think that that's quite possible. It's a little terrifying to think. We don't know. This could burn itself out. A lot of things could happen. We could get where it slows down. I gotta sit down and look at it. One of the pandemics in the past were like that, where they, I guess during the spring or the summer, it died off, and then you had a second wave of it during the winter. It killed more people. And we could have it happen. That could definitely happen. That's a significant concern that could happen. I'm not prepared for this. And if Trump, I'm hearing he might declare some kind of emergency powers they have in regards to making factories produce mass wartime production. I don't know how that will affect the economy. I don't know what happened with that. I had a little sore. I don't know what happened with that. I ain't gonna lie. I tell you, there's a lot of nights I just wind up sleeping on the floor like my dad does. Just collapse on the floor. And I'm thinking that might be what contributes to my back issue, because the other night I didn't do that and I felt better, and last night I did it again. Slept on the floor, and it's like my right leg is radiating down my leg. It's hurting. Sprayed it a little bit, so it'll get better. Anyway, yeah, man, we're competing with the governments of the world. And that's a little terrifying, because that means that they're not giving us information with good intent. And if it's the case that this thing is already out of control and all they are is trying to stockpile, like they're in a race to stockpile before it gets big. Let's say I'm wrong. Let's say there is no spring respite, and let's just say it comes here. If that happens, you're going to have substantial preps. So you don't have to go out to the stores, and you have to go out and do this, that, and the other. It's significant things to be concerned about. Definitely. Significant concerns there, man. So I take my gloves in there when I go in. I put all that in my backpack. I'm thinking when I get up here to the worldwide. I feel like I'm not quite where I want to be. I'm like 10 points ahead of everybody else, but I'm not where I want to be. I mean, living in an apartment in fucking university, I love living there, but if this thing gets bad, I know it's going to be violence, and I know I spoke about that before. I'm sick and not talking about things. I'm a little bit concerned. I don't really know a lot of folks that live around there and stuff. There's no telling. Anyway, that's happening, I've spoke to you guys before about world governments not testing people, and I think it was the British or the French said that they're no longer even investigating cases, basically saying that it's taken over, they've lost. Now it's just like recoup. Like when you're fighting and you acknowledge, I lost the fight. That ain't always a bad thing. If you lost the fight, you keep fighting, you're gonna get hurt worse, But it acknowledges you've lost the fight. And if that's the case, and all they're trying to do is just recoup and stockpile equipment and stockpile supplies to protect themselves from some future, big population hit. I'm not using the right words, but you know what I mean. That could be bad. That is my. Put it on there later. That is my conspiracy theory. That's it. That's my conspiracy theory. It may be wrong. It may be false. But I'm just wondering why they're telling these lies. They keep saying not to stockpile masks, but yet more and more folks are getting sick. You're not in control of this. CDC's not testing people. And even if they were testing people, people are still getting sick. Look, man, it'd be one thing. I always talk about how when people do things and they're not even a good liar, they're not even a good cover-up. It'd be one thing if they were doing this stuff and people weren't getting sick, or like they were like sparse here and there and everywhere, and they just weren't. That'd be one thing. But they're testing people. I think this is a test kit. They tested the guy like 5 times. They tested one woman, they let her out, then they had to go back and get her because it showed weekly that she was infectious. I mean, it's just like our systems are not, they're not doing the job. I mean, I've said it before that I feel like Trump really, in many ways, took the teeth out of government, took the teeth out of essential government services, took the teeth out of, just essential government services. And so, with that being the case, we're not protected. Like, Trump put us in a very unstable, dangerous position. For you rednecks out there, I hope your low taxes were worth it. I mean, it gets me that they can't see that. Like, all they talk about is the language, and they can't give up the Democrats. And they talk about, conspiracy theories. Like, they can't talk about facts, which is we know Trump took money from essential positions. Certain people were asked to resign. These are people who are in the prime of their career, prime of their life as far as infectious substances is concerned, specialists. And Trump showed the door. I don't know what to tell you, man. I feel like, no, it's not Trump's fault that what's going to happen is going to happen, but he has definitely put us in a much weaker position. He like he's over his head when he talks. It's not embarrassing anymore. It's a little bit scary. I mean, it's a little bit scary to realize when people start dropping dead in the streets, this guy's gonna be up there talking and mumbling and got cotton mouth. I mean, it's like sometimes I feel like looking at Trump and looking at what we're dealing with. I'm like, dude, they can't be this stupid. People can't be this ignorant. People can't be this stupid. I don't believe it. It's just, I don't know. Be sure.